Good day. Well, for you anyway. For me, I'm gonna be wrapping up this whole debacle. I mean, it's the end of the semester, and I have this finalized report on why I'm presenting to you nothing. I'm showing up empty-handed, but at the very least, hey, I could explain why. It was a learning experience. I guess something might have come from it. So, I always wondered, why do AI movies suck? I mean, sure, they're getting progressively better, but still, as of right now, I still haven't seen a very serious one. Sure, there's memes and shit, but those don't really count. I'm talking about legitimate films. But, yeah, thus far, the ones I've seen still have crummy dialogue. It's still incredibly robotic and immersion breaking, and of course, there's the glitching. In action shots, but furthermore, AI struggles with individual intent when generating multiple characters. So what do I mean by individual intent? Well, look at these soldiers. They're in odd formations pointing their guns everywhere because they don't know who their actual enemy is, and they just fire their guns at random times because AI thinks guns just randomly flash sometimes for no particular reason. So when generating footage from scratch, you're solely relying on AI's childlike interpretation of what a gunfight looks like. But there is an alternative. Anyone, and I mean anyone with a camera on their phone, can either transplant themselves into a different environment or, conversely, transpose any character's likeness onto their person and become them. Right here, right in the middle of my room, in my backyard. But for some reason, why aren't people making movies with this technology? Why can't they have these various characters play out scenes? And I'm not saying just rehash a scene that already exists, there's plenty of that. I'm saying make a scene written from scratch, even if the characters pre-exist. You'd think there'd be like Joel Haver-esque animations out there, you know? YouTube being full of sketches where Darth Vader and SpongeBob are college roommates or something. But no, instead, comparatively, there's nothing. Any that do exist are probably buried beneath a vast, endless mountain of AI videos fully generated from scratch. But I had an idea. So if one character is glitching out or botching their lines and just ruining the shot for everybody else, then why not take a page out of the old filmmaking book and shoot each character individually in front of a green screen? That way, if one guy screws up, then you just regenerate him and then just re-merge him with the rest of the ensemble. But as always, the problem with all my genius plans is that I'm just fucking stupid. I mean, my oh my, did I try to get these characters to just simply walk to a single location and just deliver a line. But, oh God forbid, that's just too much to ask for. But I will admit, despite not knowing anything about this AI model and what it was even capable of, I had the audacity to have a character walk up to a desk and reach into a bowl to eat some candy. Not important to the script, it was just a fun, simple test of a character interacting with the environment to create a little more immersion. Holy shit, were my expectations too high. The character is cartoonishly short, but his body kept becoming disproportionate to the environment. Kinda like that one Peter Dinklage character in Thor. He was massive in the movie despite being short in real life. Nothing worked. At one point I was literally walking on my knees in the reference footage. Even though I'm blatantly just sitting there and eating candy in the reference footage, the character would just walk past the desk, or imitate reaching into a bowl like a mime, but not actually interacting with the bowl of candy right there in the reference image. It's so strange, it's like AI is so perceptive it could detect anything. It's like, oh, you see that? That's blatantly a PNG that was transplanted from another image. You could see the microscopic pixelated seams on the side. Initiating self-destruct sequence in 10, 9. So I had to keep making compromises. Can't eat the candy? Fine, lose the candy. And eventually I just had to say, lose the desk too. AI just doesn't understand that it's in the foreground and can't identify the objects on top of it, let alone their size. Which is somewhat understandable, I guess, so I'll just have them in an empty room and just add the desk in post. I'm sure it won't be hard for these characters to just walk into the middle of an empty room, stop, and say their line. Gee, if I had a nickel for every time he just blatantly got up and walked off frame without saying his line, well, I'd be aggravated and tremoring with rage, regardless of how many nickels I have. This went on forever. Every single frame you're seeing here is an individual video of him attempting to walk to the center of the screen and say one line. And I waited, and I paid for every single one. Which is bullshit. I mean, in the reference footage, I tried everything. I'm a very tall guy, so I emptied out an entire room and put the tripod in a hallway looking into it. I remained in frame from head to toe and even tried filming vertically to keep me in my entirety in frame, but clearly to no avail. I tried positioning the reference image character further away so he doesn't just walk past the camera, but then, since he's far away, he morphs into someone else because AI is nearsighted. And of course he walks and gets cropped off screen anyway, just to piss me off. And walking off frame isn't the only issue. For a technology that boasts its lip-syncing capabilities, it sure does suck at it. So, looking for a solution, I perused Reddit and found someone that made a music video involving lip-syncing. And she actually responded to my inquiry and posted a tutorial video for me.
I put on this red lipstick, I looked like a vampire hooker, and as the vampire hooker, I got videos that worked much better. So I did not have the lip problem at all. So if you have that with the lips, just put on lipstick.
Oh God. Has it really come to this? Oh well, when in Rome! Hey fool, you talking shit? Fucking got you, fool. Fucking skin you alive. Hey pussy, why so serious? I only made things far worse. All that for nothing. Story of my life. You could put that on my tombstone. All that for nothing. But while filming these ridiculous lipstick scenes, something struck me as I was putting objects on the floor to mark my blocking. So why not take yet another page out of the old filmmaker's handbook and put colored tape on the floor for actor blocking purposes? If clean motion control is going to suck dog balls and not control motion, maybe use C-Dance 2.0 instead and guide the characters through prompting and stage direction. This initially had some hiccups. Here I asked for the camera to remain perfectly still to avoid any improvised fancy camera movements. So it put a literal camera within the shot remaining still. Now, this would be really adorable if I wasn't so pissed off right now. So, the ultimate irony here is I'm making a Twisted Metal spoof, and it features a character that grants people wishes, but he deliberately misconstrues their words to fuck with them, and AI is doing that to me now. But through a little perseverance and acknowledging the fact that I have nothing better to do with my life, I pressed forward and finally got him to walk up to the desk and say his line and eat the candy to boot. It's a miracle. I mean, sometimes I was like blown away. I'd approach it with low expectations, like, oh, there's no way it's gonna get this one. I'll just put in my prompt, I guess, and then it just generates this extravagant masterpiece. Something that not only exceeded my expectations, but kind of like reformed what I thought of it. It was better than how I imagined it, and it kind of changed the direction of the project. And I'm like, wow, how do you top that? And then like 10 seconds later, you'll put in a prompt like, hey, did you say something vague like the word hand gesture? Self-destruction sequence in 10, 9. But slowly and surely, I progressed. I hurtled over all obstacles and began hitting my stride. Higgsfield then decided to hit me with this. The blue X on the ground is now considered a protected symbol. A protected symbol for who? Who owns this? Some sacred indigenous tribe laying claim to it like the fucking X-Men? Now I have to work around it, so I tried using other objects, but they're either more difficult to edit out or it just simply gets rejected by Higgsfield. I eventually just started spray painting Higgsfield sucks or fuck Higgsfield on the ground, and they're like, okay, we'll allow that. And this worked for a while, but then it just started claiming my original characters themselves. Albeit AI generated, everything about them from their art style, body proportions, and every article of clothing was a deliberate decision of mine, so they definitely didn't pre-exist. Well, shit. What's the workaround for this? Can't really make a movie without the characters themselves. So I reached out to Blake Ritter on Instagram. I've been following him for a while now, and he has a lot of cool AI behind the scenes tutorials. And his response was instantaneous. A little too instantaneous. Oh great, no wonder. He is AI, and he's trying to sell me a book through an automated system. God damn it. So, at this point I'm contemplating asking ChatGPT on how to fashion a noose out of my computer cords. And oh, would you look at the time? It's in the middle of May. The semester's over. Jeez. Like when you're waiting around for weeks for the month to end so your credits are replenished. I mean, it's like the pace of your production is dictated by a subscription-based service. My God, I see it now. After so many weeks, no, months of experimentation, just sitting there and even like waiting for my credits to refill, like plotting and planning my next approach. Oh, I'll fool AI this time. I'll get him to do what I want. I'll have a trail of soccer balls because they're universally the same size. That'll keep the proportions, or I'll prevent him from walking off screen by laying out literal barbed wire to keep him contained. I got you now, AI. But no, it all fails. This is why motion control AI movies don't exist and people just generate it from the ground up, because it's a total fucking nightmare otherwise. You could do instant refreshes, but that's even more money I'm dumping in on this project, and I just can't afford that. But like I said before, this is probably all just a moot point anyway, a brief hiccup in its progression. For all we know, they could just release an update that irons out all the kinks overnight. Yeah, I don't know what you could really take away from all of this, but this has been Shoji, forever languishing, always lamenting, over and out.